Hi, hello, my dear CA intermediate students. I'm so happy because today's tax paper, many students told me that it was pretty easy. So, if you also feel the same, I'm so happy, privileged, and if you are not, I don't know why. So, seriously, because many students who messaged me personally, they said that sir, today's paper was little easy. Even when I have observed also, if you have really prepared well, not too difficult, and if you have prepared decently, you will definitely be able to get good exemption. So score exemption in this paper. This is what my observation is. Okay, so rarely sometimes they will be giving a question paper like this, and as I already told you, amendments, so amendments are very important and the focus should be more on amendments. So they have covered good questions on amendments, and even mighty 50 questions whatever I have provided to the students, that was so much useful, and because many concept from that is being tested. Okay, now with a further delay, so let's see so how this paper is in terms of answers. So if you have group 2 exams, please don't watch this video, please, because after watching this video you should not get disappointed like arey yaar, I have made a mistake, so because of which again other paper should not get affected. So for that reason only, so seriously, if you are appearing for group 2 exams now, so please don't watch this. Suppose if you are appearing for group 2 exams later, it's okay, you can, because anyhow by today your exams got over, jolly, correct? So your exams got over, and don't worry, so we are coming out with some lot of activities, so fun filled, encouraging, networking, lot of events we are planning for you, and we will announce it one by one. So right now the paper discussion, so this is your MCQ paper. Thanks to ICI for releasing the MCQ paper openly and allowing the students to take, so that you know whether the answers are correct or not. Raj Enterprises, a partnership firm registered under GST, is engaged in the sale of both taxable and exempted goods and services in Bhubaneswar, Orissa. Okay. On 23, it entered into contract for providing painting services to one of its clients. For his office, a value of whole contract was pre-decided for rupees 2 lakhs. The due date to complete the contract was estimated to be 24/2024. However, due to some dispute with the client, painting service was stopped abruptly. So cessation of services, whenever there is a cessation of services, immediately upon cessation we need to issue invoice. Okay, so therefore immediately upon cessation means on 31/3/2024 itself we need to give invoice. Only 60% of the work was completed, so to the proportionate work we need to give invoice. What is the proportionate work completed? 60% of 2 lakhs, so 2 lakhs into 60%, that comes to 1,20,000. so we need to give invoice for 1,20,000. Because we have one MCQ related to that, you can see here the due date of issuance of invoice and the value of such invoice issued for the works contract is 31/3/2024, immediately upon cessation. This is section 31 subsection 6. Okay, immediately upon cessation of service, and with respect to the proportionate amount, what is the proportionate amount? 1,20,000. so option C is the correct answer for this. So this is that first paragraph portion. Next, Raj Enterprises received a new order from Mr. Mathur of Kerala on 25/4/2024 for supply constituting both taxable and exempted supply. He sold goods amounting to 55,000, out of which goods worth 10,000 was exempt. Okay, so he sold goods amounting to 55,000, out of which goods worth 10,000 was exempt. Means taxable goods are what? Taxable goods is only 45,000. Taxable goods is not 55,000. Taxable goods is only 45,000. The value of exempted goods is separately mentioned in the invoice. See, this is the twist what they have given. He sold goods amounting to 55,000, out of which goods worth 10,000 was exempted. So taxable 45,000 only. The value of exempted goods is separately mentioned in the invoice, and both goods are independent to each other. Applicable rate of IGST was 12%. He issued a single invoice in respect of both taxable and exempted supply of goods. Okay, so now what we need to do, the accountant of the firm advice. So there is one question related to this e-way bill. So that e-way bill question is this: consignment value of the goods supplied to Kerala to Mr. Mathur in order to determine applicability of issuance of e-way bill is 61,000, 55,000. Actually 55,000 is not the correct answer, because 55,000 is not the taxable value. The taxable value is only 45,000. Sir, should we add GST? So because usually while determining the value we will be taking GST also. So what is the rate of GST given here? The rate of GST given here is 12%. So 45,000 plus 12%. Okay. So 1.12, that comes to 50,400. Do we have any 50,400? Yes. That is the correct answer. How, sir? See, while determining the value of goods for the purpose of e-way bill, we need to take taxable value 45,000 plus GST 12%. So that will come to 50,400. That will be taken. So option D is the correct answer. Then continuing further, the accountant of the firm advised the firm the requirement of e-way bill is based on requirement of consignment value of goods supplied. The firm has received a GST refund of 50,000 which was sanctioned by the department erroneously. So they got a erroneous refund and credited to which ledger? Cash ledger of the firm, and an interest of 1,100 was also payable by the firm owing to late payment of GST for previous tax periods. The firm's output tax liability for the month of April is 2,50,000. See boss, this 2,50,000 as well as this 50 can be paid using the credit ledger. Why like that? Whenever you got some erroneous refund into the cash ledger, there is no condition that we have to pay only out of the cash ledger. We can pay out of the credit ledger as well. Okay. So therefore, 2,50,000 plus 50. So that comes to 3 lakh rupees. And including output tax liability, if any, on the above mentioned transactions, the opening balance lying in the electronic credit ledger of the firm was 2,60,000 and opening balance of the electronic cash ledger was 70,000. Now see this. So from the electronic credit ledger, so what we can do, we have 2,60,000 na. So 2,60,000, 2,50,000 we will pay our regular liability plus the 10,000 rupees erroneous refund also we can pay. Okay, then what is the balance in the electronic cash ledger? So electronic cash ledger we have 70,000. Now carefully listen, this shortfall is there na. What is that shortfall? I mean 2,50,000, 10,000 only we paid out of credit ledger, so 40,000 shortfall, and then even this 1,100 should be definitely be paid out of cash ledger. So credit ledger will become 0, whereas cash ledger 70,000 minus 40,000 minus 1,100, so that comes to what? 28,900. Okay, so 28,900. Do we have the option? Yes, we have the option. So what is that option that we have? Nil and 28,900 will be taken as the correct answer. Why, sir? See, first we need to exhaust credit ledger, then only we need to use cash ledger. The twist here is, whenever we are repaying the erroneous refund, that will be paid out of credit ledger, because that is also like tax only. Okay, so erroneous refund when you are getting, even though it got credited into cash ledger, but that is payment of liability. So when we pay liability, it can be paid using the credit ledger as well. Okay, that's why option B is the correct answer. The due date of issuance of invoice. So already we discussed this, I think. Yes, case scenario 1 is over. 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6 marks. Then question number 12. Aggregate turnover of Techno India Private Limited, registered person is 800 crores. Which of the following statement is correct in respect of QR code? Darling, QR code, not dynamic QR code. Okay, it is QR code that is given, not dynamic QR code. So QR code is applicable for B2B supplies. E-invoice. In e-invoice there is one QR code. Now that QR code they twisted like that. So it is applicable only for B2B supplies, not for B2C supplies. Not for B2C. QR code is required for invoice issued for B2B. Even export supply also it is required. Supply to government department also required. See, supply by government department only not required, but supply to government department it is required. So option B is the correct answer. Sir, what about option A? Invoice are required to have QR code irrespective of whether it is B2B, B2C. No, wrong. Okay. And supply, export supply and supply to government department. No. Dynamic QR code is only required for B2C. QR code is required for invoice for B2B, B2C. Wrong option. QR code is required for invoice issued for B2B supply, B2C and supply to government department, but not export. No. All these are wrong options. So the correct option is option B. Then there is another question. Mr. Arun, a registered person, is a Del-credere agent of Uday Limited and AST Limited. Okay. And Arun reported following transactions for the month of October. Sale of goods of Uday Limited in the capacity as a Del-credere agent. So in the Del-credere agent capacity for rupees 4,50,000, invoice are issued in the name of Udai Limited. As invoice is issued in the name of the principal, the agent is not acting on behalf of principal. As the agent is not acting on behalf of principal, okay? Yes, invoice is the name of principal. So invoice is given. So therefore this 4,50,000 will be included in the turnover of Udai Limited only, not in the turnover of Del-credere agent Mr. Arun. As the invoice is in the name of the principal, whatever interest that is collected for this particular transaction, this interest 45,000 will be exempted because it will come under interest on loans, advances, deposits. Whereas sale of goods of AST Limited in Del-credere agent capacity for rupees 2,20,000. Okay, so when it is 2,20,000, then invoices are issued by Arun in his own name, so it will be taxable in his name, and this interest will be taxable. Why? Interest on account of delay in receipt of consideration. So what is the question here? The value of supply of goods to customers on which tax will be payable by Mr. Arun is dash, and value of exempted supply is dash. So what is the value of taxable supply? 4,50,000 plus 2,20,000 plus 22,000, 2,42,000. So 2,42,000, and what is the exempted supply? Interest income is exempted. So therefore 45,000 will be taken. Okay. So the next one is case scenario 4. The last one, Sandeep, a registered person in Pune, Maharashtra, engaged in the business of providing training services to various registered and unregistered person. During the month of October, he conducted training camps at different cities in Uttar Pradesh for general public and received 3,45,000 from such camps. So basically, whenever the training is provided to unregistered person, we need to take, so location of performance will be taken as the place of supply. So where the training is held, okay, so that is important, so that we need to know. He conducted training camps at different cities in Uttar Pradesh. Where is he located? Maharashtra. In Uttar Pradesh means it's a interstate supply, so that will be the place of supply, okay, and received 3,45,000 from such camps. He was hired by Arihant Pharma Limited, registered in Goa, to provide training to its employees for a total consideration of 2,25,000. The training was given to 20 employees at Mumbai, Maharashtra. What will be the place of supply? For training and performance appraisal, B2B, location of recipient will be taken as a place of supply. So Goa will be taken as place of supply. So in both the cases, it is interstate. It is interstate supply only, it is not intrastate. Okay, even though the event, second case, the event is in Mumbai, but place of supply will be location of recipient, that is Goa, so that is interstate supply. I'll tell you why they have given this particular point. Because there is one MCQ, you can see, amount of interstate outward supply on which Sandeep shall have to pay tax. So this is the outward supply. So what is that outward supply? These two. So what are these two? You can calculate 3,45,000 plus 2,25,000. So 3,45,000 plus 2,25,000, 5,70,000 will be taken as the answer. Both are interstate only. Then continue further. The training was given to 20 employees at Mumbai, Maharashtra. Is of no use. Sandeep also gave his residential property in Mumbai to Arihant Pharma Limited. Why won't it come? See, renting of residential property to a registered person, because this Arihant Pharma Limited is a registered person, na? So it is given here, Arihant Pharma is a registered person, so it will come under RCM, where liability to pay GST is on recipient, so it will not be taxable in the hands of the supplier, okay, it will be taxable in the hands of the recipient. So due to that reason, this 10,000 will not come in the hands of this guy, okay. So who is this guy? Mr. Sandeep, okay. So therefore it will come under RCM, it will not be taxable in the hands of Sandeep. And next, that is this, what is this, tray. Sandeep gave his residential property. 10,000 per person was additionally collected, irrelevant. Sandeep hired a bus, hired means inward supply, from Ravi, registered in Maharashtra at 50,000 for 30 days to transport trainees. The bus has enough seating capacity to transport 20 trainees. Cost of fuel is included in the consideration. And will it come under RCM? No. See, because renting of bus will come under RCM if the supplier is other than body corporate. Yes. So Ravi is other than body corporate, and recipient should be body corporate, but here recipient is not body corporate, so that's why it will not come under RCM, it will be FCM. Means that person, who, that bus, Ravi only will pay GST. And Sandeep also received security services from Protective Security Limited. So security services, will it come under RCM? Yes, if the supplier is other than body corporate. Here supplier is body corporate limited. That's why it will also come under FCM. Because there is one question related to this. Amount on which Sandeep is required to pay under RCM? 0. There is nothing. And what is the total tax payable including RCM by Sandeep? First gross GST, if you see 5,70,000 into 18%, 1,02,600 minus ITC. Simple. This 2, 85,000. How 85,000? This 50,000 hiring of bus. But hiring of bus is blocked credit na sir? No, bus is not blocked credit because capacity more than 20. Capacity more than 20 is not blocked credit. ITC is available on this renting of bus, and even on this 35,000 also security service we don't have any block credit, we can take ITC. So 50 plus 35, 85,000, 85,000 into 18%, 15,300. So therefore 87,300 will be taken as the answer. Option D is the answer for this. So this is the MCQ. Actually MCQ is not that much difficult, but little trickiness is there. I'm not denying that, but it's not that difficult, etc. and all, wherein we have to break our head. No, not at all, but there are high chances of answering wrong MCQ. Selecting a wrong option is high. That's what usually I'll tell. MCQs are like 4 Chinese guys sitting and you got a photo and asking whom to choose. Everyone will look like only, so where to find, like that. Okay, then we are moving on to the descriptive part, darlings. Okay, so in the descriptive part, if you see, so this 14 marks, this 10 marks question, 10 marks question they have given. It's a standard question, no change. MLM Private Limited, a registered person in Udaipur, Rajasthan, engaged in various lines of business, provided the following details regarding the transactions undertook in the month of March 2024. Advance received from Mr. Gokul for business support service to be supplied in the month of April 2024. So what is the answer for this? 2 lakhs taxable because it is services. So GST payable on advances in case of services. Okay, so basically here Mr. Gokul for business support services, this 2 lakhs will become taxable, and we need to put it in the first statement. What is that first statement? So that is gross GST payable on outward supply. This is an outward supply. So CGST, SGST, so 2 lakhs, and the rate of GST is also given. What is the rate of GST? This is services na. Services means CGST 9%, SGST 9%. How do we know that it is CGST, SGST only? Because all inward and outward supplies are intrastate except where otherwise stated. So it's an intrastate outward supply and it will be taxable. Okay, intrastate outward supply and it will become taxable. Provided commissioning services under pure labor contract to Messrs. Raj Builders of Jaipur, Rajasthan for multi-story residential complex. So generally construction services for an individual house is only exempted, but here it's a pure labor contract, but it's not a individual house. Due to that reason it will be taxable. And again, what will be taken as the place of supply? Place of supply is Rajasthan only, and even it have given you need to take it as intrastate, so we will take it as intrastate only. And again, stock transferred without consideration. Okay, without consideration means 71C to its branch. Okay, in Jodhpur, Rajasthan. Where are they located? Rajasthan. Branch have same GSTIN. Same GSTIN means they have not got a separate registration. Not got a separate registration means it's not a transaction between distinct persons. So consequently, it is not a supply. When it is not a supply, payment of GST shall not arise. Outward sale of goods to various unrelated persons. Related only we need to take market value. Unrelated means we will take transaction value only. 5,75,000. Again it will come under intra, but remember this is not services. This will be goods. So because of that reason 6%. Provided warehousing services for kidney beans, red lentils and other pulses. So storage and warehousing of cereals and pulses is exempted. As it is exempted, so payment of GST shall not arise with respect to this. So this is our first column. So literally, first statement, 2 lakhs, 5 lakhs pa. So CGST, SGST. So we can do this easily only. So I will write it here itself for us to easily understand. So CGST, SGST and IGST is 0 in this case. And first they have some services. So what is the value of services? If you see, service is 2 lakhs and 5 lakhs. So that is 7 lakhs. On that 7 lakhs, we need to take, 9%. Okay, so that will be 63,000. Services 63,000 CGST, 63,000 SGST, IGST 0. That is for these two services. And next one, stock not a supply. This is goods. For goods they have given 12%, 6% and 6%. So goods you take. What is the value of the goods? The goods will be 5,75,000. So 5,75,000 into, so 0.06, that comes to 34,500. So 34,500 and 34,500, 0. Sir, but market value is less. Can't we take market value? No, nothing of that sort. We need to take only transaction value. So because clearly it is given unrelated, so that's why we need to take transaction value. 63,000 plus 34,500, that will come to 97,500, 97,500 and 0. This is your statement number 1. Statement number 2, RCM, that is based on inward supply. Received car rental service from Caravan Private Limited. Caravan Private Limited, an unregistered company in Udaipur, engaged in car renting services. MLM Private Limited paid rent on monthly basis. Cost of fuel also including the monthly rent. Rate of GST 6%. Definitely it will not come under RCM, because one of the condition for RCM is that the rate of GST should be 5%. Okay, and one more is that supplier should be other than body corporate and recipient should be body corporate. Here supplier is also body corporate, so definitely it will be FCM. FCM means who will pay? Supplier will pay, but supplier is unregistered. That's why there is no GST. This clearly you need to write, and I was stressing that whenever it is FCM, the supplier is unregistered, it will not come under GST, no GST. Then intrastate inward supply of various goods and services for use in the course or furtherance of business. This is FCM only, but it will be useful for ITC purpose. So 7,50,000 into 0.06. So 45,000 CGST and 45,000 SGST. This is for goods, and for services 2,50,000 into 0.09. So that is 22,500 and 22,500. We can take ITZ with respect to that. So for ITZ it will be useful. Then the company paid 50,000 to Mr. Ajay, an independent director, as sitting fee. So it will come under RCM, and this particular 50,000, first it will be coming under RCM into 18%. So again CGST, SGST 9%, 9%. So therefore 50,000 into 9%. Okay, 50,000 into 0.09, that is 4,500 CGST. 4,500 CGST, first it will be RCM, and even we can take ITZ with respect to this. The company made a donation of 4,50,000 to local old age home, a trust not registered under GST, for setting a water cooler at old age home with the name of the company embedded on the water cooler. This is what donation? Conditional donation. So in case of conditional donation, so we need to treat it as sponsorship service, and the recipient is company, body corporate or firm. So it will come under RCM. On this 4,50,000, again we need to pay GST. Okay, so this will come under sponsorship services. So 4,50,000 into 0.09, that will be 40,500 and 40,500. And even can we take ITZ with respect to that? Yes, it's in the name of the company. So therefore ITZ can be availed with respect to that, and for sponsorship we don't have any restriction. Now all the conditions are fulfilled for availment of ITZ. Compute the net GST payable. Now we got first you see ITZ component. Okay, so because ITZ component is like 45,000 plus 22,500, 45,000 plus 22,500 plus even this 4,500 can be taken, and 40,500 also again can be taken. 1,12,500. We have sufficient balance in ITZ, 1,12,500, here 0. So net GST payable will be gross will become 0, but net will be only RCM liability. What is that RCM liability? 4,500 and 40,500. 4,500 and 40,500, that comes to 45,000. So net GST will be 45,000. CGST 45,000 and SGST will be 45,000. That is your correct answer. Okay, even though we have enough balance in the input tax credit, but for payment of RCM liability we cannot use ITC. So net GST will be CGST 45 and SGST will be 45,000. That's the answer for this question. Okay, so they have not given much of complication. It is easy only. Seriously, it is easy. Okay. And next B. Ajay, a registered person, provided the following details about transactions entered into by him in the month of July 2024. He sold goods to Wellness Pharma in 3000 units at the rate of 400 rupees each under section 206. He is required to collect TCS 2000. He included 2000 as TCS in tax invoice, but we will take only value. Why we will take value? Because TCS will not be included in the value. So how much will be taken as value? 3000 into 400. So 3000 into 400, 12 lakhs only will be considered as the value, whereas this 2000 will not be included. Okay. Next, under the contract with state government, he sold goods to economic weaker section families identified by state government in 1000 units. Unit price is 400 and at 200 rupees per unit, and whereas balance 200 per unit will be paid to him by state government as subsidy directly linked to the price, but this subsidy is from state government. As this subsidy is from state government, it will not be treated as consideration, it will not be included in the value. So the value will be only 200. So 1000 into 200, that will come to 2 lakhs. So 2 lakhs will be taken as the value because this is subsidy from central government or state government directly linked to the price. That's why it will not be included in the value. Then issued credit notes worth rupees 1,50,000 net of GST as discount to its registered dealers who purchase more than 5,000 units between October to December. So it's a post supply discount, but it was declared on 110, and which means that the terms are agreed before at the time of supply, but the discount is given after supply. The above discount provided invoice wise with the condition of reversal of ITC by the registered dealer. So yes, this 1,50,000 gets reduced from the value. Why? Because of the credit note. Sold goods to old age home for consideration of 1 lakh. Normal sale value 2 lakhs, but they are giving it for 1 lakh. Samvedna, an NGO registered under 12 AA of Income Tax Act, gave them a subsidy of 30,000 to acknowledge his services to elderly people living in the old age home, not for the supply. It's not directly linked to the price. So this particular subsidy is to acknowledge the services provided by him, but not for the purpose of goods, not for the purpose of goods that they are selling. So due to that reason, it is not directly linked to the price. So only 1 lakh will be taken as the value in this case. After analysis of sale report of first quarter, he decided to give discount of 1% to shopkeepers whose total purchase exceeds 25 lakhs during the quarter total discount. So it's a post supply discount. It is not allowed as deduction because it's not pre-supply, it's a post supply. After analyzing the sales reports, okay, whose total purchase exceeds 25 lakhs. So it's a post supply discount, it will not be taken. So what is the total value of taxable supply? So 12 lakhs plus 2 lakhs, 14 lakhs. So 14 lakhs minus 1,50,000. Okay, we need to reduce that, and then plus 1 lakh. Okay, so that will come to first 14 lakhs minus 1,50,000 plus 1 lakh. So 13,50,000, correct? 13,50,000 will be taken as the value in this case. Then Messrs Purvi Limited, a registered supplier of various goods and services, provided the following information. So first question 10 marks related to net GST payable. Next question is related to that what is that value of supply. Next one is input tax credit. They have given inward supply details and we need to analyze blocked credit and answer. Purchase goods which are used for activities relating to his obligation under CSR referred to in section 135 of the Companies Act. CSR obligation, ITC available or not available? Not available. ITC not available. Purchase raw material worth 5,90,000 including GST in 5 lots. 3 lots worth 3 lakhs excluding GST received in the current month. Remaining lots will be received in September month. So for August month, can we take ITC? No. We can take ITC only on receipt of last lot. But this reason we need to write. Company paid for outdoor catering expenses for lunch of its factory employees during the lunch hours. As per the policy of the company, there is no legal obligation to provide such lunch facility. So outdoor catering is a blocked credit. ITC not available. It is not under a statutory obligation. So that's why ITC not available with respect to this. Purchased goods from home traders. All goods and invoices were received by the company in August 2024, but one invoice out of these invoices have not been furnished by the supplier in the statement of outward supplies using IFF. The GST paid on the invoice not furnished is 50,000. So we cannot take ITC with respect to this because the supplier has not furnished this in outward supplies, means it's not a matched credit. So 2 lakhs minus 50,000, so only 1,50,000 we can take ITC. Purchase raw material to manufacture finished goods. Such finished goods are to be sold to potential customers under the scheme buy one get one free. So buy one get one will be taxable as composite supply or mixed supply. So can we take ITC on the raw material purchased? Yes. So 1,50,000 plus 50. So 2 lakhs will taken as ITC, because if you see for the month of August only 2 lakhs. Compute the amount of net ITC available, 2 lakhs, and we need to give the explanation for each and every item. So that we have done. Then B part. Examine the following independent cases and determine whether the services are taxable under GST Act. Dhruv Printing Press, a registered entity under GST, received an order of 1,50,000 from Vishwakarma Technical Institute, a private ITI providing courses notified under Apprentices Act for printing of pre-examination items like question papers, OMR sheets, answer booklets. So it is exempted because conduct of examination, services provided to any category education institution by way of admission to institution or conduct of examination, this will come under conduct of examination. Due to that reason, this activity will be coming under exemption. Then, but there is another part in this. I have got only one part. Another part is there here. State Board of Education, a registered entity, charged 50,000 per year as affiliation charges from a school run by Dharampal Trust, registered under 12A of Income Tax Act, which gives education from class 1 to class 10. No, this will be taxable. Why this will be taxable? See, only if it is affiliation fees is exempted, only if the school is run by government, central government, state government, local authority or government entity, then only it will be exempted, otherwise it will be taxable. We Care Hospital, a registered entity, charged 19,500 for 3 days from Mr. Shahil, who was admitted in intensive cardiac care unit due to heart attack. See, ICCU charges will be exempted, whatever may be the amount, it will be always exempted. Then City Care Hospital, a registered entity, entered into agreement with Swadhish Caterers, a registered entity, to supply food to inpatients. As per the advice of the doctor or nutritionist, Swadhish Caterers sends monthly bill to hospital for food supplied by them. As this food is supplied to inpatients, so it will be, that is basically City Care Hospital entered into agreement with Swadhish, and Swadhish Caterers sends monthly bill to hospital for food supplied by them to the admitted patients of the hospital. So here, sale of food to inpatients is exempted. Sale of food to inpatients is exempted. By whom? By the hospital. But here basically a caterer who is supplying food to the hospital, and the hospital is in turn providing food to the inpatients. So it is not coming under healthcare services. Only healthcare services includes supply of food by the hospital to inpatients. So due to that reason, it will be coming under taxable. Then next one, Mr. Ranjan availed ITC of 1 lakh in GSTR 3B for the month of June 2024. The output tax liability for June 2024 was nil. Okay, so they have availed 1 lakh, liability nil. His intrastate output supply for the month of July was 50,000. He utilized the availed ITC against the output tax liability for the month of July while filing 3B. And what happened? He utilized it for July, availed in June but utilized in July. Mr. Ranjan found on 22nd September 2024 that he wrongly availed ITC 1 lakh. He reversed the unutilized amount of wrongly availed ITC standing in the credit ledger on 30th September and paid the utilized amount of ITC by cash. The GST rate is 18%. Calculate the interest payable under applicable. Form GSTR 3B for the month of June on 19 July. So that is relevant. July was filed on 25th August. Better. This question is there in MIT 50. This question is there in MIT 50. I have included. I have included this question in my T50. You can check. Same question. Dates changed. Same question. So for July, when they filed 25th August 2024, 25th August 2024 is the date of utilization till the date of reversal. So when are they reversing? He reversed the unutilized amount wrongly standing in the credit ledger on September 30th. So from 25th of August to, so that is the due date of filing GSTR 3B is 20th. But usually what should be taken? We need to take the date of utilization as due date of 3B or actual date of 3B, whichever is earlier. What is the actual date of 3B? 25th August. But what is the due date of 3B? 20th. Okay. So we need to count from 20th August. Same question is there. Till the reversal. What is the date of reversal? So GSTR 3B 20th day of following month, but due date of filing 3B was extended to 22nd August for the month of July 2024. So therefore, this is the new point which they have tested. What they are telling, due date is 22nd August, actual date is 25th August. So you need to count from 22nd August till the date of reversal, that is 30th September. For that period at the rate of 18%, we need to compute the interest on what? On 1 lakh wrongly availed and utilized ITC. Okay. Next, briefly discuss the provisions relating to inspection and verification of goods in transit as laid down in Rule 138C. E-way bill they are asking. So whenever the goods are being transported, so that goods which are transported can be intercepted by the proper officer, and they can verify for the goods along with the valid document, that is tax invoice, bill of supply or delivery challan, and the e-way bill if the value of consignment exceeds 50,000. But in case of handicraft goods or goods sent on job work, even though the value does not exceed 50,000, so they will demand the e-way bill, because e-way bill needs to be carried. Okay. So that is the provisions related to inspection and verification, but actually this is something too much. I know students will not be going that deep and studying and all, but this question they have given. Next, we have question number 8. Yes, theory question, last question. As per section 7 of CGST Act, for the purpose of GST, the expression supply includes all forms of supply of goods or service or both, such as sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, rental, lease, disposal. Correct. Discuss as per provisions of CGST Act when an activity can be treated as supply even if there is no consideration, or even if it is not in the course or furtherance of business. Too much here. 7(1)(c) we need to write. The DRIP, D-R-I-P. 7(1)(c) DRIP is there, na, disposal of business asset on which ITC availed, related party transaction including transaction between distinct person, import of service from a related person, another establishment located outside India, principal agent transaction where the agent is acting on behalf of principal. Those 4 points you need to write in detail. That is this 7(1)(c) answer. Okay. Then explain the provision relating to the validity period of the registration certificate issued to CTP and RTP. What is the validity? Number of days that they seek registration are 90 days, whichever is earlier, and it can be extended for a further period not exceeding 90 days. List the deficiencies in S12 value added taxation which led to evolution of GST. So previously there was cascading effect of tax on tax. It's a general question. So introduction chapter. So previously there was cascading effect of tax on tax. But in GST, as many taxes, multiple taxes got merged, the cascading effect of tax got minimized. And previously credit was not available on all transactions, and even state tax cannot be adjusted with central tax, etc. But in the current system, so because we have lot of credits availability and the burden will get reduced. And previously, because of cascading effect, the cost to consumer has increased, but now the cost to consumer got decreased, and that will lead to more purchasing power to the consumers in India. So these are the deficiencies in S12 which you need to write. Okay. Then next one, or you can also write this one. Section 31 requires that tax invoice shall be issued before, at the time of delivery or removal of goods. Specify the situations where tax invoice can be issued after delivery of the goods. Discuss the provisions relating to issue of tax invoice and delivery challan in case of transportation of goods in semi-knockdown or completely knocked down condition, or in batches and lots. What is this? So sale on approval or return basis. In that case, first we can deliver the goods, and whenever the recipient confirms, or 6 months, whichever is earlier, so we need to raise the invoice. That is a situation where we will give the invoice after delivery of the goods. Even in case when the goods are sent in semi knockdown, that is broken condition or completely knocked down condition, even in that case, first we will send the lots in delivery challan, the parts in delivery challan, and finally at the time when we deliver the last parcel, we will be giving the invoice. Okay, so these things and all you will know only when you have attended the regular batch. See, this and all in revision batch it may not be known, in regular batch only. See, there should be difference now for a student who read freely from YouTube versus a student who purchases the regular batch. I'm not telling my regular batch, any regular batch, and read it. There should be a difference. Okay, so otherwise if everyone is able to clear with just like that through revision, then everyone will do revision only na. So therefore these are all some topics which is there in regular batch, and maybe some students would have skipped that. It's okay, but we can leave it in choice. But this attempt paper, I personally feel it is a very easy paper only according to me compared to the earlier attempts. Okay, and so hopefully this time you will clear and you will be coming into group 2, and if you are writing both groups also with good vigor, you are going to complete both the groups. And welcome to CA final, welcome to CA final. Okay, and as I already told you, we are launching Brainery club. This Brainery club will be doing lot of activities, recreational activities and networking events. See, very much it is required because we are going to plan for a cricket tournament between inter and final students, and therefore you get connected with final students and all, which is very much required, so that they will help you in articleship also. Okay, because the moment you complete CA inter, so like that lot of activities, because the moment exams get over till result, you know, we will do lot of activities, and please participate in those activities. More details about that we will be posting in our YouTube channel, and there is a cricket tournament, don't forget, immediately after your exams. So okay, and with cash prize, very good cash prize also. Please do subscribe to this channel so that whatever updates etc and all you will be getting related to this. Yes, signing off, take care, bye, and you're going to rock the remaining exams, group 2 or welcome to CA final. Bye, take care.